this is why we wanted to put the 6 litre V12 in our very own Amarok project. I can't do that. Right then, welcome back to the channel and another customer car video. And today we're going to be looking at this Audi Q7. Now, to the average Joe, this might look like every other Q7 on the road, but if we take a closer look, it's so much more than that. When new, these cars are around £100,000 in the UK. They can now be had for about 30, which, considering there's about 20 odd of these still on the UK roads, is pretty bargain for something that's rarer than a Bugatti Veyron. So, what makes this Q7 so special? Well, there's a few hints to suggest this isn't your average family SUV. And one of those hints are these massive 420mm carbon ceramic brakes. The next clue being these big wide arches to house the 295 35 21-inch tyres. And then the party piece, a 6 litre V12 TDI engine. So out of the factory, this engine produces 492 horsepower and a massive 1000 newton meters of torque, which for most people would seem like enough, but this customer has brought this car into us for a custom remap. So we're going to be seeing what extra power we can extract from the engine, and then whilst it's in the workshop, we're also going to be fitting some BC coilovers and doing a full service on it. So let's get this pulled in and get cracking. So we have got the Q7 on the dyno, so it's time to find out what this 6 litre V12 monster of an engine can actually do. So we're going to run it up stock, and then we're going to see if we can extract a little more power out of it, put in one of our custom tunes on there. So let's find out. We've just run it up standard. Now, 15 years ago, this should have come out of the factory with 500 PS, which is about 493 horsepower, I think it is off the top of my head. So let's see how many ponies this has lost over the last 15 years. So unsurprisingly, this has not quite done the 493 horsepower. We've had a couple of these on the dyno now, and I don't think we've ever had one do the factory horsepower. Obviously, they're just leaking power over the years. But 475 horsepower, it's still pretty quick on the road in standard form. 750 foot-pound of torque, we're at 800 peak. Just look how flat that torque curve is all the way across the rev range. That is what you get from the massiveness of the 6 litre V12 engine. Plenty of torque, plenty of power. But, as you can imagine, the customer's here for a remap for one reason and one reason only, and that is to get more than what we've already got. So I'm going to let Tom crack on with the tuning, and then we'll check back in later on today and see what power we can get from this beast. So the moment that we've all been waiting for, how much power can we extract from this 6 litre V12? So we mentioned before, in stock form, this was doing 475 horsepower, 750 foot-pound of torque, pretty much all the way across the rev range. You should now be able to see the green graph. Now, I hate it when the green graph comes up on the dyno because usually you can't see it very well on the camera. But big increase for torque and power. We're now at 555 horsepower, so 80 horsepower gain over what it came in on, which was plenty anyway. So, and then torque-wise, 750 now, even low RPM, 1800, 1900 RPM, the torque's coming in absolutely massive, over 1,000 foot-pound of torque, which is just ridiculous. Surprised it hasn't moved the dyno. That is one of the good things about this 6 litre V12 engine. It's got massive displacement, it's got 2 turbos on there, And bear in mind, these are just the stock turbos. This is why we wanted to put the 6 litre V12 in our very own Amarok project with 2 even bigger turbos, bigger fuel system, and if we're already getting 1,000 foot-pound of torque on a standard car, I'm very excited to see what we're going to be able to get out of the Amarok. Whatever it's going to be drive-train testing. I think there's definitely going to have to be, we might even have to put some torque limiters in there just to try and save the gearbox, the shafts and everything else. If it's just going to be absolutely ridiculous. So I think our aim on the Amarok is going to be 800 horsepower plus. It'd be nice to see 1,000 horsepower. The turbos and everything that we're going to be fitting to that are going to be capable of 1,000 horsepower. So we'll see. But that's a completely different video. If you want to see the progress on the V12 Amarok project, you're going to have to subscribe to the channel. But back onto the customer's car. We're going to get this off the dyno now. We're going to get it on the road, make sure everything's all right, and then I'll stick some cameras in and go out myself because I've never drove a V12 Q7 and I'm pretty excited to do so. So let's do it. Right, let's see what all the fuss is about. This is the first time I've ever drove a 6 litre V12 TDI. I've drove some of the V8s, 4.2 V8s, which are pretty grunty. Sound pretty good with an exhaust on. So as you've just seen on the dyno, we have now got 555 horsepower to play with. And we've gone from 1,000 Newton meters of torque to 1,000 foot-pound of torque, or pounds-feet of torque, should I say. So although this is a pretty heavy car, it should have plenty of power to get this moving. Now, just while it warms up, might as well take a quick look at the car itself. This has done 158,000 miles, so, I mean, to be expected. I think it's about 15-year-old, this car now. Still looks pretty good inside. I think by modern day standards, with all your fancy screens and things like that, it looks a little bit dated, but it's still a nice place to be. We've got some carbon fibre, we've got some Alcantara, all the usual Audi SUV mod cons that you'd expect. Nice big sunroof, 7 seats as well. So if you're looking for a unique family car for under 30 grand, then one of these might just be a good option for you if you're not bothered about the fuel bill. I think one of the first things to note in this as well regarding the torque is you can feel it straight away. You put your foot down a little bit, and again, to say this is nearly 3 ton, it's instantly just wanting to I'll be honest, it is quick. I weren't expecting that. I've drove some of the 3 litre versions of the Q7 and I think they're not bad. Definitely need a tune on them, get them up to about 300 horsepower, and like I said, they're not bad. It's probably perfect for most people as a daily driver, but this is completely different driving experience. Let's do another pull. Mental. Absolutely mental. I'll tell you what, this will put a few hot hatches in the place. If you're unfortunate enough to pull up at the side of this at the traffic lights and mistake it for your average Q7, someone doing the school run, then I'm afraid you're going to get humbled. Right, we'll just give it one more pull. I put it in sport mode. I'm going to try and do one from pretty low down the rev range, and then we'll head back and get it ready for the customer collect. So let's see what this is like. Oh man, I don't think you'd ever get bored of that. You'd probably get bored of filling it up at fuel station, but I'm not just saying this for the camera. This is a quick car, and not just quick for a big SUV. I mean, it's a quick car, full stop. If I've got one criticism out of pretty much everything, it drives nice, the power's there, the torque's there. The one thing that I think probably lets this down a little bit is the gearbox. I think if you were to put an 8 HP in this, whether it'd hold the power or not, that's a different thing, but I think if you had something that was a little bit sharper on the gear changes, I think this would be even better than it already is. But other than that, the 6 litre V12 TDI gets a yes from me. So we're going to head back to the workshop, we're going to get the final checks done, and then we'll get this ready for the customer to collect later today. Hopefully you've liked this video. If you have, click the like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next one.